Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So today is my last day of my internship and it's very emotional. I'm just now got time to kind of sit down and reflect on things. There's been, I apologize, there's a bug flying around my head and Beacon's trying to get it. There's a little fly, I feel like. Anyway, sorry. So it's been a lot. I'm not going to go into detail about everything, but mentally it was very difficult. And I had a lot of people tell me things that were just really difficult for me to process. And you know, I'm not in the mental health sector of therapy. I'm in occupational therapy. We do mental health. That's part of therapy. But like I'm not. I don't have any counseling in that. I'm not the person that you should go to if you have mental health concerns. But people did because they trusted me, and I appreciate that very much. That means a lot. People trusted me, but mentally it was just like, wow, okay, you're gonna tell me all this stuff. Like, whoa, what do I do with all this? Ew, go away. Go. Sorry, I hate bugs. So someone told me to look for the positives, and this internship did not last as long as it was supposed to. There was a lot of things happened personally and just professionally, but mostly personally. I was very upset whenever it didn't turn out the way I thought it would. And I kept asking God. I said, God, what's the point in this? Why did you send me here to only send me home? Like, I was supposed to be here for 3 months, and it ended up being a month and 2 weeks, basically. But you know, the thing is, everybody says God has things that work out in His timing. And you know, honestly, it's good because mentally it's exhausting trying to do all this, and there's a lot of unmet needs that I was trying to fill, and it was just, you know, but it was good. It was good. I learned how to run class with a safety pin and a ball of yarn. I can basically make anything out of anything. Anything that is OT related, I can make it happen. Again, I'm not an OTA, but I'm not practicing as an OTA in this internship. I am an intern instructor, so I was doing OT-based instruction, basically. So that ranged from anything from handling emotions all the way up to shaving, hygiene, personal hygiene, how to handle stress, anxiety, depression, PTSD, and also there was how to handle fear and anger, all the way to hand strengthening, you know, fine motor tasks, that kind of thing. There was a very variety of disabilities and a variety of spectrums of independent skill that people needed. I'm so sorry, she's chasing a bug. But it's been good. I've got a lot of confidence in myself now, so that was the good part. I learned that I am a confident person. I can trust myself to handle situations appropriately and professionally. And I didn't have that before. You know, I had it in my head, but like I didn't have it the skill-wise to show it. And you know, I have that now, so that's great. I personally am dealing with a lot mentally. You know, y'all have seen my videos about the whole dog situation at home. I'm going back to that, so that's stressful. But I have confidence that I can do this. Beacon and I are doing great as a team. Mentally, I am not 100%, you know, I'm not all the way there, and don't think I'll be for a while. It takes time. But I did hug 3 different men today, so that was progress. I haven't done that in a good while. And I'm learning how better to manage my triggers. I've had Beacon, she's literally had to be my psychiatric service dog while I was here because there was just a lot of just I needed to unwind. I was so tensed up. There was a situation where I was sexually harassed by a man, and it wasn't just a couple of times, it was like a good while, and I'm not going to go into details, but I had to learn how to deal with that because I have been assaulted before, and so that brought back a lot of those feelings, a lot of those difficult issues that I haven't quite solved yet. So, learning how to deal with those triggers and just, trying to show God's love, because that's been really hard spiritually, just trying to find the part that says in God's word that you're supposed to forgive people, when it's like, well, I want to forgive them, and there's so many of these buts in the world, and it's like, well, I want to do this, well, I should do this, and it's like, no, like, there's no but. God, it doesn't do buts. And so that's the one thing I've learned and I've been able to put in practice here is forgiveness does not mean you don't forget the pain. It doesn't mean that you're saying everything's okay. And that's the one thing I've struggled with personally, just that forgiveness does not mean that the pain that you went through or that you're going through currently does not matter. That's not how it works. Forgiveness is a way to healing. Doesn't mean you're letting them off the hook. Doesn't mean you're if there happens to be a court case issue, then you can pursue that whatever way you want to, justice wise. You should get justice, or at least what the court system says is justice. But the problem is bitterness. You get stuck in this place and you end up staying there for quite a while. That's what I was doing. I was kind of like, well, I want to forgive this person, and my butts just kept getting in the way, and they just kept me in this little prison of like, well, I would like to heal, but I should do this, but fear, but tears. Honestly, there was a lot of tears. And I'm not 100% there yet. I'm real with you all on this channel. I'm not there yet. I'm not at that point where I can say wholeheartedly that I forgive the person who assaulted me and the person who harassed me this year. But holding on to the bitterness and pain of that unforgiveness, it kind of sits there and it kind of grows, and it's like a little plant, just this unforgiveness, this anger, this hatred almost towards this person. It kind of just grows over time and gets you in this little bubble, and you're like, I kind of like this place, this bitterness, this bitter bubble. Basically, it's a bitter bubble because you're in this little mindset of, well, I'm upset with them. They did this, and so I'm just gonna get back at them one day, or I'm just gonna, hold on to this anger and this pain. And letting go is hard, man. It's really hard. I'm not 100% there. It's like an everyday thing. I work on it every day. But if you're in that situation, I don't know what your situation is, obviously, because I'm not you. I'm not watching. I don't know who's going to be watching this, is what I'm trying to say. But if you're out there and you're watching this and you're struggling with forgiveness, I had to take a journey of discovering what forgiveness actually meant, because, we always hear growing up, I grew up in the church, and it was like, well, Jesus said forgive those who persecute you, so that means that you forgive them and everything's fine and you're best friends again. You get over it, basically. And some things you can't get over. If someone murders someone that you care about, you're not going to get over that. That person's still gone from your life. That person still took someone else's life. You know, that's difficult. And but someone told me a very good advice, and it was that don't let the people who are hurtful towards you steal more joy from your life. And you know, that's what was happening. That bitterness was stealing my joy. It was stealing everything. Even here a little bit, you know, this person was harassing me, and I just felt so angry and so defensive, and I just wanted to make them stop. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with wanting them to stop. It's when you decide in your heart that you're never going to forgive them. They deserve anything and everything coming to them, and you're just super angry and you just stay there. You don't do anything with your life. And it's like, you know, you gotta get up. You gotta live your life. And I'm speaking from personal experience here. You can't let that hold you back forever. Because if it does, you're gonna waste your life. You know, and you know, I know that some of you out there are probably thinking, you know, of life-ending methods. You know, maybe you stumbled on this channel because it's like 2 a.m. and you're in that state of mind where you think, well, life's not worth it. And I want to tell you that, you know, when you get in that state of mind, Satan takes hold of your brain and he says, yes, you're right, you don't matter, you don't deserve to live, you're nothing. And even though you think that, you know, you might not have anyone that cares for you, your family, your friends, your whoever, God cares. And I know y'all are going to say, well, God doesn't care about me because I did this. But the thing with God is God does forget. He forgives and he forgets. And we don't, we can't, we're humans. We can't forget. But God does, and man, I'm glad he does, because if he didn't, I'd be in a bad spot. So, I don't know who's all watching this. I don't know if you believe in God, and if you don't, well, I just hope that you figure it out before the end of the world happens. But there is such a thing as peace, and there's joy, and in the depths of depression, it's hard to find that. I've been there. I'm kind of in the middle of that currently. It's not full on, but it's starting to dwindle, starting to get there. And, you know, I just find one little piece of joy, one little thing that will keep you holding on to tomorrow. Mine is often birds, chicken, any random thing that I'm like, oh, this is cool, let's hold on to this. So this is not the topic of where I intended this video to go, but I've been working on some mental health with some of my people here, and that's one thing I've learned. If you let go of bitterness and you start living your life, I mean, there's so many things that are so cool that you can do. If you're like 97 and maybe you just went blind, or maybe you just lost your foot, or you've had some kind of traumatic thing happen to you, but you're still alive, you're still watching this video, and that means something. So, thank you all for watching, if you're watching this, and I just hope that whatever y'all are going through, this blesses you, and this brings you at least a little bit of hope. I've been where you are. I've been in some traumatic situations. I have PTSD, and I also have been in the place where I choose life-ending methods. I can't say the word because YouTube will take it down. But because of those life-ending methods that I chose, I live. I'm living now. Obviously, I'm recording this video. And, you know, if you're like me and night comes, it's really dark, that's when all the depression comes and hits you. You're like, crap, I'm a failure at life. I didn't do this right. This sucked today. This happened today, and I could have done this better. And like, you have all these thoughts in your head that tell you you're not good enough. And that's the thing, though. You wake up tomorrow, you're going to have tomorrow morning, you're going to have tomorrow afternoon, you're going to have all day tomorrow to live your life better than what you did today. I'm sorry, but you're trying to get the bug. And find something, you know, like maybe it's you wake up in the morning and you smell that coffee. If you make coffee, I don't know if you drink coffee, but if you do, or tea, or you watch TV and you can watch TV, or you can hear the birds. I like the birds, that's my favorite. Or you are going to go to the store and buy yourself some ice cream, you know the thing that keeps you holding on to get you out of that point. Because once you get out of that point in your head, when it gets light outside and it starts getting daylight and you feel a little bit less like you're in the darkness, you'll find that peace. And it's not going to come over you quickly. It's going to take time and it's going to take healing. But when that peace comes, man, it's going to be like, wow, this is like a whole new life. So if you're struggling with unforgiveness and bitterness, just let go of it, because honestly, it's not hurting the person you want to hurt. It's hurting you. You're stopping your life and holding all this bitterness inside your body. If you don't let go of, you're not hurting the person. You're hurting your own self. And if you don't believe me, you can literally look it up. There's scientific evidence proving that if you hold the bitterness in, it causes a lot of physical problems, mental problems, obviously, and there again, it's not hurting the person that you want to hurt. It's hurting you. It's holding you back. So if there's anything I can do on this channel, which I know I've got like not that many viewers and probably nobody's watching this video that much, but I just want to let you all know that this is my personal experience. This is my YouTube channel, so I'm just going to tell you all like it is, real life. I've been letting go of bitterness, and I've been living, and oh my gosh, guys, like, there's so many cool things. Like, I literally got to go camping, and I got to cook my own marshmallow over the fire. Like, it was so cool. Nobody was telling me that I wasn't cooking it right, or that I was doing it wrong. And I just found this. It was a little bit. It wasn't the full weekend of peace, but it was like little bits, little bits of peace, little bits of heaven on the earth, basically. Kind of like one of those almond joys. You get a little bit of almond with all the coconut. That almond is the peace and that joy. And then you got the coconut that's like, ew, coconut. I love coconut, but if you don't like coconut, it's a good analogy. So please hold on to the almond. It'll help you. And again, thank you all for watching. I do apologize, the video camera might be off center, but thank you all for watching, and hopefully this video has helped you. And if it's 2 in the morning and you're watching this, just do me a favor, set a timer for 48 hours from now, whenever you're watching this, and in 48 hours, come back to this video and reevaluate where you were, because I guarantee you, you're not going to be in this state of crisis for 48 hours. That's a long time. You're going to have to do life. So, if it's 48 hours later and you're coming back to watch this video for a second time, I just want to say that you are important to the world. And even if people don't think that, if you don't think that about yourself, because I don't think that about myself a lot, but there are those little moments of joy. You just have to look for them. They kind of come at the random times. You're like, that's weird. But there's peace and there's joy. There's always almonds. There's almonds in the middle of the coconut. So again, thank you all for watching, and this isn't the direction of the video I was planning on taking, but here we are. So, and I hope this video helps someone in the world who's watching this.